Hey, everybody, it's Jackie Bro.
Folks, people, this is Mr. Dunlap, the man. I would like to welcome you once again to a Red State Update podcast. But first, we have to do a little housekeeping up top. They say that on a lot of podcasts, Jackie. They got to do a little housekeeping up top.
Housekeeping, like cleaning up.
Cleaning up your mess.
Mop up, sweep up, yeah.
Dust.
Well, yeah, dusting too. Do the dishes, get clean the kitchen up, yeah.
Throw some laundry in the washing machine.
All them's chores, yeah.
Get the weed eater out.
That's yard work. That's kind of a little different. But,
Well,
yard
you
work.
don't. Somebody coming over to see you, you don't want to have a messy-ass yard.
No, but I'm
Like,
just
who
saying
lives here?
there's house chores and then there's yard work. I think those two, they both equally important. I ain't saying one better than the other. I'm just saying I call them two different things. Me.
Rats live in weeds.
Yeah.
You get a bunch of high-ass weeds out in front of your house. You know who's living out there?
There's some rats, yeah.
Rats.
Yeah. Can be, yeah.
Snakes.
Not always, but yeah, snake everywhere, yeah.
Ticks.
Yeah.
Fleas.
Yeah. All them.
Ringworm.
Well, I guess. I don't know if it's in your weeds, but,
Chickens. Like escaped chickens hiding out in
what the
there
hell
from
you
the
know?
poultry farm.
Escaped chickens.
Tyson police
All
looking
right,
for them
enough,
chickens.
Enough. Let's do it, your little
They're
house
hiding
chore.
in front of your...
All right. I don't care what's in the yard anymore, all right? It don't matter what's in...
When did you stop carrying that chicken?
I don't even remember. But the third bug you mentioned, I don't know. I can't keep up with it
Yeah,
all.
I probably pushed the bugs
tuning you
too much.
out. Well, just enough. We're doing housekeeping, as I say, and the reason is because we're trying to raise a little money to help us keep doing this. Park is well over the 300 mark. That's what we're wanting to do. We always said from the very beginning we're going to stop at number 300, but then people wrote us and said, well, we don't want you to quit. We want you to do this. And plus, I got used to just screaming on here at least once a week. I guess maybe doing it twice a week. We'll see what happens. But it's a Pager John. You send your
Patreon.
Pager John. You send your money in through the
Is it
mail.
Patreon? I heard some people call it Patreon.
Pager-Jen.
We're losing dollars, Jackie.
First off, we want to thank everybody that's already give the Pager-Jen. And we want to, there's so many of you, bless your hearts, for sending $1 or $5 or some people even give $10 a month.
There's no limit on how much you can give.
Oh, you give us if you want, but I never thought anybody give $10 for a whole month.
That's a month.
I know it.
Per month.
Well,
Thank you kindly, people. We really didn't expect such a good showing right out the gate.
We appreciate them dollar bills just as much. Anybody, whatever you can afford to give, you give a little bit or give a lot. Bless your heart. We appreciate every single one of you. And what do we say? We're trying to get to $500 a month so we can do this other thing called Redneck Cinema. I'm looking forward to that. We're going to watch some good movies.
Redneck Matinee, I think it's
matinee? What is it? Cinemas?
Well, you said Redneck Matinee, and then Hillbilly Balcony was another name, and then...
well, we ain't figured out the name maybe, but anyhow, that's what we want to do is watch good movies that grew up on. See if it's still relevant today, what they play like in today's side, which I wouldn't understand, but anyhow, I'll do my best at it.
One of these movies is Roadhouse, and you were like already 87 when Roadhouse come out.
Well, I like Roadhouse. That's a good one. That's Dalton.
You didn't grow up on it.
Well,
it's not like Henry Fonda is in Roadhouse, although he would have been good.
He would have been good, yeah. If he'd had him instead of a mustache man, he'd have been good. He was dead by, he'd been dead since the 80s. But I grew up on westerns, yeah. But I'm talking about it when I was a younger man, seeing Gator and seeing White Lightning and Smoking the Bandit, all that stuff in the 70s I like so much. Some of it goes in the 80s. Around the 80s is when Burt Reynolds, something happened. I don't know what it was, but he got sick. Did he get sick? Something happened to Burt Reynolds. Didn't make movies as good as he used to anymore. But good Lord Almighty, I sure do love all those that he did that are so good. I like it. Clint Eastwood's a silly one that I still like it. We had the monkey with him in the car everywhere he went. In the car with him. Everywhere he went. Always in the car. That one's a good one. And a whole bunch more.
Like you see, some people got them little dogs.
Huh?
Clint Eastwood's like, I'll get a monkey.
Yeah, like a little. I know we talk about that Hollywood ladies put the little dog in the purse. Clint Eastwood kept a monkey in a truck, and I'll take it any day over a little dog, monkey. Not me personally, but watching it. If I have to go see something, do you want to watch a little dog?
Yeah, I don't really. I'll be honest.
I don't want. No, those are dangerous
No.
things. Clint Eastwood's a brave man. People say, "Oh, he brave, he tough." Clint Eastwood, he dirty hair, shoot all those people, and won't mess with him. I tell you, he got in a truck and sat beside that monkey all day. It's not a monkey. You get mad. People say it was an apes. An apes a rank. Hell, what is it? I watch Animal Planet. Orangutan. Those things they'll rip your face off. They will literally, they'll rip arms off, your face off. I read somewhere the first place when they get mad, if they get mad like that, which, who got control over that? I mean, don't egg them on or anything, that's for sure, but, sometimes you nice as can be one of these animals. They just whatever go mean. They go right for your private parts and right for the throat. And Clint Eastwood, knowing all that, got in that truck, rode around with that apes, orangutans through the whole movie. Two of them. You don't have people like that anymore in Hollywood. I don't know any actors that would do that anymore.
It'd be like, ain't you worried about that thing going for your throat or your private parts? And he said, yeah, but I got a divorce from Sandra Locke.
She's in them with him, though. She's in those movies with him.
She's brave, too. She's brave, too. People say, ain't you afraid of that thing going for your throat or your private parts? She said, I'm getting a divorce from Clint Eastwood.
See, it's conversations like this that we'll be having over all these great movies that we love.
We think it's just going to be sexist, but then we flip it and we say, let's consider Sandra Locke's side of the story.
Well, yeah. It may not be as interesting, but she's just worthy of a few minutes on it, I think.
Well, that's not.
Well, it's true.
We don't know that.
Well,
when's the last time you saw Rat Boy?
What is it?
Rat Boy.
We ain't watching that. That ain't what we're doing. That's a different thing. You get some more money, I'll sit through Rat Boy.
How much money would it take for you to sit through Rat Boy?
I'm going to say right now, if we're trying to get $500 to watch movies that I love, you should pay me probably $800 to sit through Rat Boy or whatever else.
Listen, we're going to do some research, and we're going to find out. When we get to any movie with Sandra Locke in it, we ain't just going to sit there and bash Sandra Locke, Jackie.
I wasn't planning on that. There's more important things to talk about.
It's time for us to look at where Sandra Locke is coming from, which is Shelbyville.
She's Tennessee native. Yeah, good for her. She went all the way to Hollywood.
Where's Clint Eastwood from? He ain't from Shelbyville.
No, he California.
Why ain't we taking Sandra Locke's side
I ain't taking anybody's side.
Purely out of geographical.
Now, some people, they put her in movies, and he always made her play an awful person. All of them. She's either prostitute, or he made her play a rich lady, don't like nobody. He made her play a little, what's the word? You can't, mentally challenged girl. And then he made her play.
Hey, say what you will about Woody Allen, but he gave her good parts.
Well, in comparison, yeah, I guess I didn't.
You go back and look. At least he was writing. He wrote like Alice for her. Hey.
Clint Eastwood, he didn't write these. He just said, "I come across the script to have this woman that's mentally challenged. You'd be perfect for it."
He didn't write scripts. He'd get a script, then cross about half the words out and say, "Here."
You play this mentally challenged woman in the back of in the back of a wagon. A bunch of men come in and try to have a way with you, but I'll stop it before it gets out of hand.
Woody Allen did not write that.
Well, I wouldn't think so.
I'm not saying you have to choose Woody Allen or Clint. I don't know. Can we do this podcast, Jackie? I'm starting to get worried.
Well, we probably won't get $500, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But so far, we want to thank all of y'all who give us. Like I said, $1 to however much, it don't make a difference. But bless your hearts. Well, it does make a difference because you got to add up to get to a certain point. But the fact that you give anything is impressive to me, and we sure do appreciate it, and it warms our hearts. And I would thank you kindly.
Billy Graham said, "Come as you are."
Yep,
Kurt Cobain said that.
People gave him a lot of money too, Billy Graham. People give him a lot of money,
and it doesn't matter if it's 50 cents.
Oh, yeah.
Just as I am. Kurt Cobain said, "Come as you are," and Billy Graham said, "Just as I am."
I don't
know
that
who
man the other one is. I know Billy Graham. I don't know that preacher.
What's the name of the man, the Billy Graham singer who sung that?
I don't know name all of Billy Graham singers. Well, I saw it on TV.
One.
The famous one. I don't know who you talking about.
It's like he's Ed McMahon for a while.
Well, we'll do a little more research, too, I should say, on these movies thing, because we won't know what the hell we're talking about. We know why we love them, but we also won't get into what the directors and the producers and the actors, what they went on to do, what they did. Are they known for this more? Are they known for something else more? Things like that, all the things that movie people talk about. We're going to do best to talk about that way about the movies that we love. And that's Redneck, Matinee, Hillbilly, Car, what? Balcony.
So go to Patreon, Patreon.com, search for Red State Update. Give us as much money as you want. If you give us $5 or more, then you get access to 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap.
That's exclusive just for people to give $5 more. This us talking a little extra every week.
And if we get up to $500, we do the Redneck Matinee. If we get up to $1,000, we do this one twice a week. Because so much happens.
Yeah.
If that's going to happen, it'd be cool if it happens before Trump leaves or is run out of office.
Yeah.
Because after that, things are probably going to simmer down.
Slow down.
Now, who knows? There may be some sort of crazy apocalyptic war going on where we got to get on here and scream about the mutants coming or whatever.
True. Yeah, and anything could happen these days. I wouldn't put nothing past anything.
But my feeling is post-Trump, things are going to be, we're going to slow down collectively. Let's take it easy for a while.
I hope so. We need to.
Let's
Good
be
Lord.
boring.
Yeah.
Let's kick our shoes off and lay next to the creek.
But we'll still, no matter how boring it is, us talking, we'll still do, if we get $1,000, we'll still do 2 a week. I mean, once you say you're going to do something, you got to do it. So there's that.
Whether people want it or not.
Yeah.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home Red State Update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, everybody, this is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is Mr. Dunlap, the man. It's good to be with you again here in these last few days of our troubled democracy.
Yeah. Riding that to the end, I guess. I never thought I'd live long enough to see it, but it may be next week.
Here's how it started. Paul Revere got on that horse.
Yep.
And he rode up and down, drunk as hell, saying, "Hey, get up."
He was tipsy, but back in you had to drink to keep warm. It wasn't. We wasn't drunk as hell. Back in, it's cold out there, and you had to drink to keep, just to stay. That's what you used back in. So, but he may have been a little. I say tipsy, but I wouldn't say drunk.
Wake up, you motherfuckers. And now we're saying that.
They didn't talk like that back in.
Jackie says, "Wake up, you motherfuckers."
I don't you dare say I ever said that. I never would say that in my life. Never have or won't.
So we're
language
drunk,
like that. No.
Like Paul Revere,
No.
yelling for people to wake up, but it's
tipsy.
The end.
We're tipsy a little bit.
And
when we
he
do this,
did
but
it.
not drunk. Don't say drunk.
At the beginning.
Who's at the beginning?
Paul Revere.
People still riding around drunk screaming is what you're saying, right?
That's us.
Yeah, well.
Ride or die.
I guess it is. Of course, now do it on computer. You don't have to get on an animal, go outside.
No, you just sit your ass at home.
Yeah.
Used to you had to go down to a fucking printing press and
watch your mouth.
Figure out how to put letters in order and be like, well, shit, if I misspell something, I got to lift a heavy ass. It's exercise just to print up some bullshit.
Well, yeah, if you had to get on a horse to scream at people, you had to, saddle the horse up and get ready,
You had to
bundle up.
go to a church and nail a fucking thing to
Watch
a door.
your mouth. Shut your mouth. Yeah, nowadays that's the thing. People take the phone out of their pocket, hit a button. Like, I'm protesting. I'm doing this. People still get out in the street and walk. That's good. People, at least some people, getting the exercise. But everybody mad on computer just hit buttons.
Kids get the exercise. They walk out of school.
Well, they got the energy. Yeah, they
adults when they protest shit, they get in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru and order an extra sandwich because Mike Huckabee told them to.
Yeah. They're good sandwiches. So I wish they didn't have all those controversial issues because Chick-fil-A, that's good. It's a good place to eat. I like a food anyway.
I can't. The only day I wake up wanting it's on Sundays, and they're closed anyway.
They're closed. They're closed every Sunday. That's the day you kill chickens. You know that.
That's very important. If you take one thing, I know we're coming up on 300 fucking.
Watch your mouth. You don't have to keep saying that over and over again. You said it 8 times already. It seemed like that's enough. Try not to say it through the rest of this. I don't want to hear it.
I know we're coming up on 300 episodes, but if you can take one thing away, if we can give y'all one piece of knowledge that you take with you from the time you spent here with Jackie and Dunlap on the Jackie and Dunlap show, it's Sundays, Chick-fil-A is closed because, why is that, Jackie?
That's because Sunday's the day they kill the chicken.
Sunday's the day they kill the chicken.
Yeah.
So that's very important to take away here on the Jackie and Dunlap Hour.
And to keep you from driving down there and getting in, and they're going to be closed.
So basically, there wouldn't be any fake news if you had to leave your house, is what we're saying. To spread news if you had to go out.
Oh, there wouldn't be near as much, no.
And make a thing or saddle a horse.
There's always some crazy hippie going to print something up, try to give leaflets out of something like that, or monies or something. It's the same thing, except now it's just on the computer. You can't, I don't know how to use it, thank God, because I don't want to have to go through all that all the time.
When's the last time you seen a Mooney?
Oh, it's been years and years. Now, there's somebody you pointed out that's not a Mooney. I thought that person was a Mooney, and you said, no, Jackie, don't say that. That's, but that was a while back. It wasn't at the airport. I think it's at Old Charlie's. We went by Old Charlie's, and I thought it wasn't a Mooney, though. It was just.
They got an Old Charlie's at the airport.
Well, it wasn't that one. This was just a regular Old Charlie. But used to be, Mooney's be in the airport where they used to go. If you go watch an old movie from the 70s, you'll see Mooney running around in it. But I don't know whether you see him in real life anymore. And I ain't saying that's good or bad. That's just the way it is. You got enough trouble. I will say this. You got enough trouble nowadays going through security, everything at the airport. One less thing, I think, is for better. But, to each his own.
So that's Old Charlie's.
What?
Get on down there and get you. Is that your sponsor?
No, that ain't my sponsor. We got a lot to talk about here. We got to do a sponsor right now. I'm going to try to get through this fast as I can. There's a lot been going on. There's a lot been going on in the news, which we need to talk about. That's what most of y'all listen to this, but just bear with me. Bear with me.
I would like to know. We're asking for money on Patreon. We're asking, we're going to go past 300, even though, like we said from the very beginning, we're going
to stop, man.
Stop at 300.
I'll do 300 and that's it.
Do people listen to this for the news and get irritated by us spending 45 minutes on the sponsors? Or do people listen to this for the sponsors and get irritated by us spending 45 minutes yelling about Trump? Even if they hate Trump as well.
Yeah. It goes 2 ways, I bet, just like some people like this, some people like the other. So I don't know. You got to do the best you can.
Two great tastes, it tastes great together.
Well, I don't know about that. But my sponsor this week, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Let me just say, a lot of people have been concerned. I appreciate the people on the computer. He shows me on the book face and the Twitter, all that stuff. Appreciate it. Being concerned about me. I'm okay. I'm all right. But I have to request this. You're making things worse. People, don't come by here to look at these dogs. That's my house. Do not come over here. It's not something for tourists or whatever. People.
Why can't people look at dogs? People love dogs.
No, I don't want to. Look, people come over there and they bring their own dogs, and they want their dogs to see these. And this is something that's just getting. And I'll get to that too in a minute. What people, because of you sit right over there right now, said these dogs were haunted. You said it. You said these dogs were haunted.
That
and that's starting room.
How would you haunt a dog?
These dogs are strange. Yes, something is wrong with these dogs. Absolutely. Is it an evil spirit or the devil possess them? No. I'm holding on to as much as I can to not want to believe anything like that. But when you say something like haunted dog on this here, Everybody wants, I want to go to the haunted dog. Let's go to the haunted dog. Come on, Skippy. You want to go see the haunted dog? Of course, dogs don't know what you're saying. The dog get excited wherever you take it. But what happened is people bring their dogs over here to see the haunted dogs. And I'm telling you, 2 minutes time, if they go even so much as smell one of those haunted dogs, and I won't let them, but they come up to the fence. I just get them, I have to run people off. Get away, get out of my yard, it's private property, go on. But as soon as that dog, whatever kind it was, big dog, little dog, whatever, get a whiff of those other dogs, sure enough, just throw it up. I've seen one, what it does at 3:17 in the morning. But the people that take them home, I don't know, probably, I'm guessing, but yeah, sure enough, they're all just throwing up ice cold blood. It's just something that happens. It takes 2 minutes time, and it just gets to you, and you don't want to see your dog doing that. Nobody does. So don't bring your dog over here and risk, getting it sick. And to the woman who left her dog here, or I should say brought it back, well, this dog's sick. I'm going to leave it with the haunted dogs. I didn't tell you to bring a dog over here to begin with. You should have never done it.
Oh, that's a good idea. So if you brought your dog over to Jackie's and it got turned by these other haunted dogs and now your dog is haunted, bring it to Jackie's.
No, don't you dare do that.
He knows how to handle.
Don't bring any dog, sick dog, healthy dog, any kind of dog. Keep it away. Don't get it anywhere near my house and these dogs, because something's wrong with them, that's for sure. There's definitely something wrong with them. And the people, you say these things and things get out of hand and people want to help and different people come in. Like last week we had, and I've even had issue with Catholic Town and Catholics for a long time. Nothing personal. They took it personal. And I don't believe in their beliefs, but I ain't got nothing against no Catholic. But bless your heart,
your problem is mostly when you went to that one funeral and you had to stand up.
I don't get to
and
get
sit
into
there. Well, I
it.
just want to explain.
It's a bunch of, they say a bunch of what?
You don't have a huge
church. My church, you get up, or when I go, you get up and you sing, and then you sit down. It's the only time you get up to sing. And they're getting up and sitting down, whatnot. And I'm enough with this. I'm up there in age. I'm just there for a funeral.
You said there was some clickety-clacking, too.
I don't know what that was. Clickety-clacking. There's something, man. People stand up. I don't know what it is. Pretty windows, yes. Pretty windows in your church. But
pretty windows, definitely. That's important.
Pretty Catholic church, they make it up pretty old-timey, pretty, like that. That's fine. If you want to go to church, though, I want to hear the organ play pretty. I want to hear the people sing pretty. And I could be in a shack. It don't matter to me. But so be it. Each his own, like I said. But they believe in this sort of stuff. I guess they believe the devil possesses people, whatnot, exorcists, all that stuff. So they sent a priest over here, and I guess to communicate with the animal, sent a dog, priest dog, who was my sponsor last week. And I guess it still is. They gave me $25, but it's not so much to be a sponsor. It's just to help out because they ain't left. They're still there. The priest is in the back. He's in a tent back there, and the priest dog pretty much just assimilated with the. He just he'd like the rest of them now. Just
he's still wearing the outfit though.
Well, yeah, he'd take it off of him. Maybe if you need to wash it or something, but otherwise leave it on.
Why are they still hanging out there at your house?
I don't understand all this Catholic stuff. That's the point I was trying to say before. But evidently this priest, for whatever reason, maybe because he come here, maybe not, I don't know. It was excommunicated from Catholic Town. So he ain't got no place to go with down on luck. His dog sick as hell, which is, he thought the dog was going to help. The dog just got sick like the rest of them, but so be it. And now he's living in the backyard in a tent. I can't throw him in. I can't. He's a man of God. Whether it's God he's doing it the wrong way.
Why is he in the tent? Why don't you let him in the house?
I don't know, man. He wants to live in.
What's his name?
I call him Padre. I don't know what his name is.
So you got an excommunicated priest in your backyard. You don't know his name, but you won't let him in the house. He's throwing up ice cold blood too.
I let him use the bathroom, but make sure it's in between times he's throwing up blood. He's the only human so far that has.
So you make him throw up in the yard, but you let him in to take a shower.
Well, I let him use the bathroom, not take a shower. I guess you're right. He's gonna need one eventually because I ain't gonna want him in at all.
Is he still covered with flies?
No, he cleans up all the dog mess, and that's what I'm saying. He's earning his keep. It ain't like he's laying around getting drunk. He drinks a little bit in the evening. He has a little bit, but he ain't, it ain't all day. Well, yeah. But he's back there cleaning up a dog mess. So, and bless his heart, as sick as he is, throwing up ice cold blood, in fact, they can still get out there and shovel all that up. He was tired of the flies all over him, too. It's probably, part of the reason.
You should let him take a nap on the daybed or something.
I got a sick wife in the house, and I ain't going to let no strange. I don't, Potter seemed like a nice man. I just don't want, he ain't need to be in the house until he gets all this worked out. He's welcome to stay in the tent in the backyard. I think I'm helping out. I wouldn't want to stay with them animals back there. I'd scare the hell out of me. It's scary enough just me going out there trying to feed them and just looking at you.
Wait, does he wake up at 3:17 a.m. and stare southeast as well?
I hadn't seen it. He might be. I ain't seen it in a while. I try not to get up now because I know it's going to be.
But you wake up then.
I still wake up.
Because the devil is still inside you, too.
Don't start that. And for whatever reason, to get up at 3:17, I ain't going to give a dog the satisfaction to go look at him again. I quit. So I fight the urge. I know what they're doing. I know damn well what they're doing. They're all staring off in the same
is that because you see it in your mind's eye anyway? Because Satan's vision is...
You see that, a week of that burns in your head. I don't want to see that anymore. I never want to see it to begin with. But that's what it is. I know what's going on. And people who, the original haunted dogs, before these other new dogs are getting sick, putting them in there, come get your animal. I can't afford to feed these animals much longer. I can't. They need to go to the vet. They need to be with the owners that's sick or something not right. Come and just get your dogs. I don't want to have to take them to the pound, but you're going to leave me no choice. I got, when I get rid of them, I have to, see if he'll go back to Catholic Town or somewhere else. Maybe he convert to something where somebody let him do whatever. That's my sponsor this week, too, Priest Dog again, like I said, because he gave me $25. But again, he's doing that to stay there, but it's still kind of for this. That's the reason we're starting to patch it on. It's
mainly for the dog expense.
Well, that's part of it, yeah. I'll say. But I did have a little bit of help for a few minutes, but that didn't last long. Preacher Dog was over. Well, Preacher Dog's still here, but, let me explain. Now, these holy roller people didn't want to be won up by the Catholics, you know what I mean? They think they can get out demons. They don't know how to do it, which at the time when I let them come in, I'm like, well, you're right. They didn't get rid of what. It ain't a demon, though. I ain't saying that. But whatever strange is going on with the dogs, it's still going on. And hell, the Catholics live back there with them now. So, there ain't going to be no change. So I said, what's it going to hurt? So I let this, holy roller man bring Preacher Dog back there and let him,
Now, was Preacher Dog wearing a funny outfit, too?
No, I just had like a regular collar, just had a cross on it, just, around his neck. Nothing. Didn't have no outfit or nothing on.
That's important because if your dog gets scooped up by the dog catcher, at least the dog catcher know it belonged to a Christian family.
Well, yeah, that's good. They might work a little harder to try to get it back, They know to put up, dog found in all the churches at least. They know where to put the pictures up at. But sure enough, Preacher and Preacher Dog, they were back there for a couple hours at best, and sure enough, Preacher Dog's throwing up like the rest of them. And Preacher Dog's still here. And, that's just one more mouth to feed. So
so Preacher Dog, so they excommunicated Priest Dog and his priest because they didn't get the demons out. Did they excommunicate Preacher and Preacher Dog?
Yeah, he ain't over my house. No, Preacher left. He went to the hospital. He got sick, too. He did like a priest. Saw throwed up cold blood, but no, he didn't stick around. He went straight, hospital. Holy Rover, they don't, they'll forgive you. They don't matter, you can do anything. Yeah, they'll take you back, you can marry your own daughter. You can go back preach at Holy Roller Church. Jesus forgive you. That's, that Jesus is a little lenient, in my opinion, for some of that stuff, but that's just what it is as far as them Holy Roller. But he sure as hell left that dog there because it's just like the rest of them now, just joined in. So I don't care how.
So you've got 3 new dogs this week They're all possessed by Satan. Or
Well,
haunted.
they're acting like the other dogs. Don't see you say that.
So one woman brought her dog and it got possessed or haunted and left it with you, brought it back. So this is yours now.
Well,
I don't know why others haven't done that. That's what I'd recommend they do.
Don't do that. Maybe somebody that actually loves a damn animal and wants to take care of it and not, pass a buck or bring it over here and throw it on old man.
Buck's a good name for a dog.
It is a good name. I think there is a buck back there. Actually.
Gotta be.
Seems like it's at
Then
least
Padre
one
and Priest dog show up, and then Preacher and Preacher dog show up, and Padre and Priest dog are still back there, and Preacher dog's still there, but Preacher just went to the hospital.
Well, the only two people I've seen get sick, people, every dog, every shape, stripe, size, whatever, every dog gets sure enough. Too many shin tops, they're puking cold blood, and then 3:17 in the morning, they all staring. It's the eeriest thing I ever seen in my life. But Preacher and Padre, they're the only two people I seen get sick, start throwing up cold blood. So if you had somehow in the service of a church or temple or whatever, all
holy man,
holy man, yeah, whatever, which one, it don't matter to me. I'd steer clear here, and I ain't gonna get desperate enough to ask you. So don't bring you, I've had enough. Don't bring your rabbi dogs or whatever different kinds of dogs. I don't do it because they're just gonna get sick, and more than likely you gonna get sick too. So just.
Why are you so anti-Semitic?
No, I the only one I can think of. I don't know what they're all called. I know that because I've seen a movie.
If I was you, I'd be organizing a group of multi-faith dogs to come in and take Satan on.
Every faith is going to get sick is what's going to happen. Don't do it. And if you of that religion, whatever it may be, which I have respect for all of them, I have respect for them because I'm telling you not to come over here. I care enough about you that I don't want you sick. I also don't want to have to take care of one more sick dog either because you're probably going to leave it here. But just don't come around this until we get this sorted out. Don't come over here. Just don't do it. And don't sitting over there refer to these animals. I've already said it because I'm repeating you, and that's what other people say, haunted dog. You've got me in trouble over this. This is something, and I'm mad as hell about this. I told you, first off, I said don't do it because it don't start rumors and all that. People start saying ghost tale and all that. Next thing is true, going down the line. Don't say it, start rumors. But now you got me in legal trouble, and I ain't got nothing to do with it. So I'm going to send these papers straight to you, whatever these court things, whatever this lawsuit. I'm going to say I didn't have anything to do with it. I never called them that. The only time I called them that's when I was repeating it. You remember what it used to be? It used to be years ago, it was Thanksgiving taco. You remember Thanksgiving taco?
Oh, yeah. You mean haunted taco?
Well, originally, it's Easter taco now.
Oh,
but
right.
Formally, it's Easter taco formally, but yes, you're right.
Right.
You're exactly right.
Easter taco's kind of a haunted taco.
Well,
because Easter, Jesus come up out of they rolled the rock away.
That's different. That ain't ghost. That's God. That's different. Well, according to Catholic town, but I ain't gonna get into that.
I don't know that you're really
I
up
don't
to
get
date
into that
on
ghost
their
talk because
theology.
anytime you talk about ghosts, I just don't think that's part of it. Anyhow, no, you listen to me. That's different kind. That ain't like spooky, scary. That's just God working His magic in the world and bringing Jesus back to die for all. Well, He died for all sins. So He don't, got to come back and let everybody know that.
Yeah, what would be the point of dying for your sins and just keeping it to yourself?
Yeah, He had to let people know
it wouldn't do anybody any good.
He had to tell people how it worked. Yeah.
And people be like, I wish Jesus had died for our sins, but He didn't. So I guess I'm just gonna keep on keeping on.
Well, Easter taco, whatever, it ain't haunted. It used to be haunted taco. Well, it looks like they're changing going on to it after next month or the month after. They're going to change the name again. I think they was going to change it to haunted dog. That's what that was going to be.
Oh, because they got the hot dogs now are good.
Yep. And they said it is true. If you want a good hot dog, everybody in this town knows to go to Easter Taco. Because it doesn't say it in the name, but you know.
It doesn't say it in the name, but it's like you go to, if you go to damn old McDonald's and you ask for something you don't think of automatically with McDonald's, like, apple slices.
What?
You know, when you go,
When I go to McDonald's, I get usually the same thing. French fry, McDonald's French fries.
oh, that's something
one.
you think of. But you know, when you go to a restaurant that ain't got, like when you go to Crystal's and you get a corn pup,
I get corn pup every now and then.
it ain't called corn pups.
What's it called?
Crystals?
Crystal pup.
No, it's called corn pups, I think.
What do you?
Maybe it is called
What's this
Crystal
got
Pup.
to do with Thanksgiving taco? I mean,
I'm just
Easter
everybody
taco.
knows that you get a good hot dog.
Hot dog and Easter hot dog. Easter
Taco. See, it's
See?
confusing.
Well,
It ain't good branding. No wonder they're suing you.
It's twice.
They tried to get their house in order, and you're over here messing it up.
No, you are. You the one that said haunted dog on here over and over and over again. And they're opening up. They say come to sue me because of my house is now known as haunted dog. I guess my backyard is or whatever. And people are coming over.
Because if you type into Google Maps haunted dog, it's Jackie's house.
What? My house better not be on a computer. It better not be. I hope I don't find that out. No, don't come over here. Definitely don't bring your dog. And no matter what kind of belief system you have or whatever, don't come over here trying to help because you're just going to make it worse.
You know what I want now, though, is an Easter taco.
Right?
Their Easter tacos are good.
We ain't go after this, but I'm going to get a hot dog if I go over there. Wait a minute. I ain't going there suing me. I ain't going over there. No.
You're running out of places to go. A lot of people in town have sued you.
Well, it's because of you running your damn mouth. It's because of you. If you weren't sitting right there, half of these things, I wouldn't be in court or dealing with this stuff.
Sure.
Well,
OJ, if I did it. That's how this sounds
shut
right
your
now.
mouth. Shut your mouth.
So that's Easter taco. Come get them delicious.
No, don't do a sponsor for them. They're suing me. They ain't my damn sponsor. Priest Dog's a sponsor. If you want to see a dog dressed up like a priest, bring it over and it'll, he gave me $25, but I might as well mention it, but he's sick too. If you're going to have Priest Dog over, lay some plastic down and make sure he stays outside. That ice cold blood's going to come up.
Are they eating? Are you having to feed all these? How's their appetite?
The dogs?
Yeah. And the priest.
They all eat at the same time. They all go, where they know when food time is, and they eat when I take it out there, so yeah. But priest, I don't know what he's eating.
You should check on him.
I gave Padre a few biscuits. Earlier today, had left over from the store.
Dog biscuits?
No, not dog biscuits. I get,
Is there a dog out there named Padre too? Because that would be confusing.
If it is, I ain't noticed. These dogs, you can name these dogs whatever you want to, and they're in their own world. That's all I can say about it.
When you go out there and yell, Padre, come get your biscuit, does a dog come as well as the priest?
I don't holler at him like that. I just go out there and say, yeah, I got some of these extra from work. You hungry? You want a biscuit? And he says, sure. Thank you.
I think you need to treat him better.
What do you mean treat him better? I'm letting him give him a place to stay.
Outside ain't a place.
It better than no place.
So is Easter taco just, they were going to go to Haunted Dog, you just skip their memorial tacos?
I don't know when it is the next couple months, I thought, but you may be right. They may be pushing it back.
Because those are pretty good, too, I'll be honest.
Either way, my place ain't called Haunted Dog. Ain't no dog there named Haunted Dog. People just said it. He said it over here, running his big mouth. Nowhere you gonna find on a piece of paper anywhere my address and the word Haunted Dog unless somebody just, nothing legal. I'm sure people write something down on a piece of napkin or something. Hell, I don't know. But there ain't nothing that's saying anything I own is called Haunted Dog. And I don't plan on opening up no business. So you can have it. And you can take this lawsuit and you know what with it.
Remember getting a sack of memorial tacos, heading out to the lake on Memorial Day weekend, just your family and you.
The food there is good. I ain't complaining about the food. It's okay. I like the food. They do have the best hot dogs in town. Easter Tacos got the best. Everybody knows that. But that ain't got nothing to do with it. It's a principle matter, and I ain't gonna sit idly by with people just. And, that holds me up. I got to deal with all this stuff because of you running your mouth and them jumping the gun. I think it's a combination of two things.
I got a sponsor this week, Jackie. That's your You're gonna fucking dig.
Hey, watch your mouth. Don't even start. See, it's already started. Just watch it.
You'll have to forgive me, people, if I sound a little stove up. I'm a little under the weather this week.
Don't give it to me. Just stay over there. I don't want to catch nothing. I'm an old man like me. I ain't got no immune system left.
I got that numpo disease.
What is it?
Numpo disease.
You stopped up and all running, but what look like, I don't know what it is. You got the flu, a cold, something.
No, I got that numpo disease. I caught it when I went to Numpo Town. They got a lot of diseases up there that there ain't a cure for out here in the worried world. That's what they called it back before my daddy and the Dunlaps from Dunlap Village threw Numpo apples at their heads from the braziers of Lady Dunlaps,
all
and
right.
most of them decamped back to the Midwest, except for the few that my daddy and the Dunlaps have bullied into laboring on the Sniffy Smuth theme park that they're building on the remains of Numpo Town. I'm guessing when I passed out on one of those Numpo's floor, I breathed in some of their fumes or picked up something off a toilet seat. I don't know, but I feel terrible. It's been a while since I've been there, but I looked it up on Numpo MD, and it said that these diseases have a long incubation period.
Well, if you sick like this, call from home or something. This dog coffee they're wearing near me. Get on. Don't call on the phone and do it. You said there's a way to call on the phone and do this. It's the way we talk a Snowbird that time. Call on the phone and do it.
How's Snowbird doing?
Hell, I don't know. He gave me his job back, did they? Bless his heart.
No, I think they're firing people left and right at Channel 4.
The hell with them. I ain't watching Channel 4 no more. It better not come on the news. I don't want to say after the Major Calademos, that Snowbird's bad. Snowbird's the worst. But then that's like insult to injury. No, thank you.
So, folks, I'm a little under the weather this week. So if I'm seem a little lost in space, it's because this Numpo disease is playing havoc with my intestinal system and my damn nasal cavities.
All right.
But the show must go on. That's what they say in Hollywood. And I just want to let you know that I am still working hard on BR5 for me, the Junior Samples one-person musical.
You working hard to ruin it. It's a $1 million idea. You being branching for the rest of your life doing Junior Samples, and you got that Victor Mileage, who, again, to each his own, but I ain't got to pay a ticket to see anything he does or directs or whatever you want to call it, accent or all of it. You got mixed up with him. He just going to make it complicated. They had a show, would have been a good show years ago if it had just called Horse. That's all it needs to be, some musical or something, But he had to say, as I won't say it out loud, he had to say, GD this horse. There's no reason to name it that. And have a whole song about it and all that stuff. And I seen some of it years ago, and I thought, well, that's good, but I can't recommend it to nobody. I can't tell nobody to go see, because of the name.
Well, Victor Mileage is an artist, Jackie.
Well, I don't care. You see, he does art I don't like, a language in his art I don't like.
I'd say
he don't need to be having anything to do. Someone that would call that show and all that don't need to have anything to do with Junior Sample. Junior Sample worked clean his whole career. Never did say no bad words. Didn't need to do that. So if you're doing Junior Samples, you can take all your GDs and all the other words and go somewhere else with them. Don't bring them around Junior Samples.
Well, thanks to you saying that last week that you was going to contact the family. I don't know if it was you dropping a dime or somebody else did.
Huh?
But that's why I got kicked off the Junior Samples one-person musical. And that's why mine is now called the Junior Jamples musical.
The what?
The Junior Jamples. It's going to be at the Sniffy Smuth theme park in the Moonshine Clamshell.
All
Unless Victor Mileage has gone behind my back. See, when the Samples family called up, he said, oh, that's Dunlap that wants all the sex in it.
Well,
he said, did you hear that we want to see Junior Samples lose his virginity? And they said, yes. And he said, oh, that was Dunlap's idea.
Well, it don't matter whose idea it is. It's all awful.
But it was his.
Well,
he called me in the middle of the
You
night.
should never had him anything to do with it. You had a good idea, and you let him come in and just ruin it.
Victor Mileage calls me every middle of the night around 3:17 a.m.
Wow.
And he says, I just woke up, and I have a great idea. And I said, well, what is it? And it'll be, well, we need more sex. And I'm like, I don't know. That's a little. I like sex, but
it's a one-man show. What am I going to be looking at? I don't want to hear about it.
Well, the next night, he's like, you'll be humping the air.
No.
And I'll be like, oh, all right.
Well,
Won't be the first time.
I'm glad the Sample family got a hold of you and stopped all this because
Next night, we need to see Junior Samples lose his virginity.
No.
Like, I wouldn't have ever even thought of that. That's why I'm Victor Mileage.
I don't want to think about it. That ain't why I like Junior Samples. It ain't got nothing to do with his virginity. I like his jokes. I let him sit up there and tell funny jokes. That's it.
He's like, it's 3:17 a.m. I want you to have a first draft of Doing It, the song Doing It, to close Act 1 by 7 a.m.
No.
And so I just went back to sleep. He kind of forgot about it. And then I brought it up to him again. He said, huh. But I was into it at that point, so I kind of kept the ball rolling on the virginity thing.
You're just as guilty then, as far as I'm concerned. You better be glad that he kicked you off, because you don't want to have anything to do with any of that.
Well, he'll be hearing from me pretending to be a lawyer soon enough.
Well,
he cast behind my back my friend Raggedy Andy.
What?
You know Raggedy Andy?
Raggedy Andy.
My friend Raggedy Andy. He looks like Raggedy Andy. Got the long, lanky, red hair.
No.
Overalls, checkered shirt.
Wait a minute. He got part of his nose missing.
Yep.
Oh, that's Andy. What's his last name? What's it? Bilkins.
Well, I call him Raggedy Andy.
Andy Bilkins, what his name is.
He cast him as Junior Samples because he said he's got dance training.
Junior Samples didn't dance.
Well,
he didn't. Maybe he bobbed up and down every now and then or something like that if somebody's good on there playing a show and he's sitting around and listening to it. But he didn't get up and do any footwork, fancy footwork, anything. He didn't. He told stories. He got up there and told stories. Every now and then they'd hit him with the board. Every now and then he'd lay down with the dog on the porch to tell a story. It don't matter what he's doing while he's telling it. It does, because I don't want it to be the things you talking about.
I think what you're doing is putting Junior Samples in a box.
Nope. I'm talking about the box he put himself in, my favorite kind of box, the best Junior Sample box ever, just like it was. It don't change anything. It's the best box in the world. Open that box up, nothing make me happier.
Billy Graham, just as I am.
Yeah.
Junior Samples took that to heart.
Well, good.
And laid down with a dog and stood in a corn patch, a car lot, talking about fish.
Yeah.
But, Jackie, think about if you could open up that box, that Billy Graham box, and let Junior Samples run free. What if he was unencumbered by your expectations and his physical limitations and was able to also tell stories through dance?
No. If you open that box up and say, I'm going to let you get out of this and dance, do whatever you want, arts, all that stuff, he said, thank you, I appreciate that, but I'm fine right where I am. I like it here in this box, my Junior Samples box. That's what I am. You right, Billy Graham, just like that song. This is I am. That's Junior Samples. I don't want to see him be anything else. That's it.
Look, I have a lot of disagreements with Victor Mileage, but when it comes to the dance part, I'm 100%.
No.
What I'd like to see happen is for the Junior Samples one-person play that I'm working on now, in direct competition with Victor Mileage's Junior Samples play. I'd like for us to get back together, and I could be telling my story while in the background Raggedy Andy is telling that same story through naked dance.
What? No, naked. No, it's Junior Samples. It's just pure good entertainment.
So what you're
Branch
saying...
and ready. Just leave it alone. Why do you want to make
Branson
everything
ready?
filthy?
Look.
Make everything awful and filthy.
If we make it to Branson, we'll put some drawers on Raggedy Andy. It ain't that
hell, I
fucking
don't
hard.
know. Watch your mouth. I don't want to hear any more about this.
I'm
You stay away.
in the box. Raggedy Andy is Junior Samples out of the box. With
Ah.
his dick flopping and
All right. You watch your mouth. I'm not going to listen to this anymore.
his dancer's
No,
physique.
no. I don't want to hear any more of it. Just shut your mouth. I hope to God that the Samples family ain't listening in on this. If they are, you better be calling the lawyers right now. Get every one of them to stop this.
Which lawyer should I use? You've had a lot of experience.
You ain't going to use no damn lawyer. I don't care about you. I want them to get the best lawyers to put a stop to this. I don't want anybody.
I do
running-
not like Donald Trump, but the best thing he ever did was call people up and pretend to be his own press agent. Did he ever pretend to be a lawyer?
Hell, I don't know.
I'm going to do that. Top him. Got to top him.
Well,
Oh, also, I got to go. Dodge's Tater Log store. Apparently, I keep getting Tater Log and Corn Dog mixed up when I try to do them as a sponsor because
they got them both, though.
they rhyme,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, they do.
So sometimes I'll be talking about the tater logs. Like, you ain't got nothing to do if you're eating a tater log, which is the Dodge's motto. And I'll say, you ain't got nothing to do if you're eating a corn dog. Just get it mixed up. You know,
Yeah.
it's easy to do. Well, they don't like that. I said, well, that's kind of, you got them both. I said, well, it ain't. You ain't got nothing to do if you're eating a corn dog. It's you ain't got nothing to do if you're eating a tater log.
That's the way it's supposed to be, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Dodge. Let me give you a free week. So I'm going to need you to give me $25, Jack.
No,
'cause
I
messed
ain't
up.
giving you $25. No.
So go on down to Dodge's tater log, corn dog.
You got them too, yeah.
Fried chicken leg too. 3 people ain't enough for a barbershop quartet. Don't forget the goddamn biscuits.
All right, watch your mouth. Hey, everybody, it's Jackie Bro still on here talking.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap the man, Mr. Dunlap the man, your best friend. I like throwing a lot of nicknames. You remember them old DJs of rock and roll in the 50s?
What? Who?
You know, they'd have like 4 or 7 different kinds of nicknames.
Wolfman Jack. I remember him.
Yeah.
I didn't like him, but I remember him, yeah.
This is old Uncle Kooky from the rock and roll gravy train. I'm on here. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was just 2. It's harder to come up with a lot of those on the fly than I thought. It's taken me a long time to come up with Mr. Dunlap, the man, your best friend.
Yeah. Just say your name. I don't need just taking up time more you run your mouth. I don't understand. Just say it's Dunlap. Here's where we talk about the news, and that way you go on and people ain't sitting here, especially me,
Hey, if
for
we're
2
gonna,
damn hours because you making up nicknames for everybody.
if we're gonna do notes, can we save it for the after show meeting?
What is it?
If we're gonna do, listen.
Huh?
Thanks, everybody, for sticking around. We really appreciate you still listening to us as we close in on the 1 hour mark. And we have barely mentioned President Donald.
Dumbass. Excuse my language, but that's what I call him. I leave after Donald, too. I don't even say that part. I say President Dumbass. Excuse my language, but that's how I feel. I feel strongly about it because he's dumb as hell. And crazy, too. He's crazy and dumb, and surrounding himself. Evidently, more and more getting rid of people who are pretty bad. Let's be honest. There's people around him who are pretty bad. And he's getting rid of them. And
It ain't like he came in with the dream team.
No, he never was. And he's getting rid of people
That's a good movie.
left and right. Just, and at first, that's reason to get, well, thank God he got rid of him because, we need to take care of that. And it's going to be worse. Whatever he gets rid of, whatever come in to fill the spot's going to more than likely just be worse. But right now, he's supposed to supposedly.
How's it gonna be worse?
I don't know.
Who is he gonna
wait and see?
Up?
Wait and see. You just sit back and I guarantee you we'll be on here next week saying that's worse. That's worse. But all of them supposed to be gone next. He mad at Ben Carson for buying a nice whatever. What was it? Ben Carson said it didn't have nothing to do with it, and then the emails come out and said it had everything to do with it. They bought him the dining room set.
The dining room set, a hutch. You had to get a nice hutch.
Yeah, and of course he mad about that, so he mad at him. He mad at Kelly because he been having to do what he tells him for so long. He's sick of him. He mad about him because they let the man abuse his wives, women. He's messed that. That was Kelly's fault. Trump, of course, something's always somebody else's fault. First off, for him, ain't nothing ever his fault.
When you're a baby, your job is to cry and throw food.
Yeah.
So everything else is somebody. You didn't get your food. You didn't get because you have no responsibility. You're just a baby. You're there for somebody to feed you,
Yep.
for somebody to wipe your shit ass.
Yep. Well, yeah, don't say it another way, but yeah.
Your doo-doo ass.
There you go.
That's all you know how to do. To scream and cry, shit your pants.
Yep. That's right. Yeah. Doo-doo pants.
Doo-doo your pants. So he's not going to take a baby's not going to go, you know what? Let's compromise on this and see how
Nope.
It's my fault that I didn't get how could I have prevented sitting in these shitty diapers for so long?
Yeah.
How could I possibly have? No, you don't have the means to communicate these things. Even if you had the thought, but you're not going to have the thought because you have a baby brain that's incapable of thinking my fault or how can I help or how can I do anything other than scream, eat shit.
All right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Babies, to their credit, babies usually, God willing, everything goes okay. They grow up most of the time. Most of the time, grow up. Eventually, take responsibility for things, whatnot. How old is he again?
Fuck if I know. He's
up. Watch him out.
That's how bad he is. If it was anybody else, we'd be talking about how old he is. Because he's old as hell.
Yeah.
But he's so narcissistic, dumb, egotistical, inept, corrupt. The worst of America. Literally the worst of America.
Yeah.
An indictment of our entire system.
That's him, yeah.
He represents everything that sucks.
Loudmouth, Yankee, know-it-all, liar. And racist, too, bigot, yeah, on top of everything else, yeah. That's just something we're going to get in and talk about this stuff. Now, everything I just called him there, probably the dumb part he don't like, but I guarantee you when he's looking on Twitter twice and watching all the hours of Don Lemon that he's taped and saved up for his Don Lemon, marathon, is sitting there in the White House, he don't mind being called a racist. I guarantee you. That don't bother him none. No, he don't mind being called, a lot of things, but loudmouth and, butthole, whatever. That he don't mind that. But for some reason, all this sexy stuff with the porn stuff, he don't like to talk about that. That bothers him unless he's on a bus with Billy Bush. Other than that, he don't like to talk about it. He don't want to say nothing about this. And this is a man who talks about everything. He on the computer all the time, twatting and just saying whatever the hell he wants to, just basically going bathroom at the mouth all the time on the computer. But he sure ain't said nothing about this porn lady.
The sex stuff bothers him, and doesn't make any sense. It's not like he does like to get praise. It's not like he doesn't like to get praise. If you call him a butthole, eventually he's going to like it if you say he's not a butthole. That's why he acts like a butthole all the time, is because the only way you can get to him is through praise.
But he can look at that also like, hey, he just intimidated by a tough businessman, blah, 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 thinks I'm, callous or whatever words you won't use for that, but that's how he got a way around that. The dumb part he don't like dumb. He don't like it. But the sex part, that dumb.
But dumb he'll talk about. Like, well, no, I've got the biggest IQ. I've got the biggest IQ.
Yep.
But he's not going to bring up the sex stuff.
No, he won't do
Except,
it.
when we talked to Billy Bush, they said that was locker room talk. It's locker room in the sense that you do it in private, in shame, when you're an asshole just trying to impress someone who is completely meaningless. Like, hey, yeah, I can just... Or you're saying the truth. He could have also been saying the truth. I mean, we're saying he's saying the truth. But he also never says the truth, so it's kind of hard to know.
Who the hell knows?
A lot of people have accused him of things that I'm going to say are the truth. What he was saying to Billy Bush is generally how he feels about himself. So that's the truth. He's bragging about it.
Women are saying he did that to him. Yeah.
It's kind of sad, too, because he's not saying it's because he's attractive or he's saying it's because he's famous.
Yep. That's about it. Yep.
But he'll take it. He's not having a moment where he's like,
he called, like you said earlier, he gets on the phone, calls people up, tell, fakes, publish it, whatever it is, calls a newspaper saying he's somebody else.
So why?
Talking himself up.
And that was about sex.
I know it. He went out with such and such. He went out. Yeah, I saw him out with this movie star, and then he went and did that.
Oh, he's weird. It's like he's getting blackmailed, or
even the women. Let's say it come out that it's probably more than likely. I know it ain't been proved, but judging by how he talks to Billy Bush and what a lot of other women say, treated them terribly. These women, when they come out, the first thing he says, I'm going to sue every one of these lying women. They, take a look at them, look at how ugly they are. I'd never put my hands on them, blah, 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 on and on. Got everything to say about these women. But here's a woman, he don't talk about her, This is one person, he ain't going to talk. Putin and this porn star, that's it. He ain't going to say anything bad about Putin. He ain't going to say anything at all. I mean, I don't know what her name is, porn lady. I don't mean any disrespect.
Stormy Daniels.
Stormy Daniels, that's it. I don't mean disrespect, but that's what she does for a living, I guess. Yeah, he don't like, for some reason. And nobody cares. That's the other thing.
It's not going to make him worse.
No, it ain't. And none of the people that like him are going to think any less of him. Looking at all evangelicals, all of them. If you love Trump, you still going to love him. It don't make a difference. He can come out tomorrow.
Wait, there's a hole in his theory.
Huh?
There's a hole in his theory.
Hole in it? What?
Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he go on Howard Stern to talk about sex?
Yeah, used to go on there. Yeah.
But that is sort of like the radio equivalent of a locker room. Like the people, it's like you and Howard Stern, and like everybody listening is like, you're not going to gross them out.
Yep.
So maybe he thought he was safe on. Maybe he thought it was like just, he could close his eyes and just imagine an audience of millions of Billy Bushes. So I don't know exactly what he said on Howard Stern, but he'd get pretty explicit on that.
He said he thought his daughter was, whatever.
So he
things
would,
like he talked about wanting to date his own daughter.
But even that is still kind of a performance. He was kind of performing on there, so I don't know.
What kind of performance is that? I think my daughter want to have sex with. What is that?
Well,
that
you go on Howard Stern, you're supposed to be.
Well, I wouldn't listen to that show anyway. He instigate that because that's all that show is. That's all that show is.
You saying Trump came up with that show?
No, I don't know. If he goes on there and that Stern man, just all he does, like, what do you think of this and this woman and that sex and this part and all that.
Should we listen to all of Trump's appearances?
Nope. I can't even listen to what he's doing now. I ain't going back listening to that stuff. I ain't listening to filth. It's bad enough as it is.
I'm just saying, I don't think we're still getting some sort of performance in between him and us when he's telling these stories.
Well,
he's performing for Howard Stern. He wants to be outrageous. When a woman comes out, it's always women and that have stories of what he actually did. That's when he gets bothered.
Yep.
He doesn't like to talk about it anyway, but he does in kind of these shadowy corners. Howard Stern show, the Billy Bush bus.
Yeah.
But he definitely doesn't want you to. But even then, there's a little bit of performance. But he definitely doesn't want you to know about his actual performance with these women. And I cannot imagine this man who is shaped in a non-human shape.
Yeah.
Having sex.
All right.
With anyone.
I'm about to say, I'm thankful that he doesn't discuss it. Don't get me wrong.
Poor Stormy Daniels.
Oh, God.
Poor Stormy Daniels.
And
he always wants to pay these women.
Well, yeah, that's what he does. And I know a lot of people out there don't like his wife. I'm indifferent toward the woman, you know. She has to sit home and watch this all the time.
I told you last week, if we can get mad at The Bachelor, then we can share a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our hearts can go out to Melania Trump a little bit. She did not sign up for being the president's wife. She signed up to be an asshole's wife. Say what you want to about that business arrangement, but she did not sign up for this.
No, she never thought it was going to happen, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I already felt sorry for her because she made whatever arrangement she has with him. But now she got to deal with this on top of it. And if you weren't innocent of these things, that's the first thing you'd bring up. How dare you say this? Remember when somebody does a picture or something of it, you know, him getting hurt or whatever, how dare you say this about my son, my family, and these are the people most important, and you putting this out there, whatnot. If it wasn't true, wouldn't it been? He would have said this how many times over this porn lady? He would have come out first thing. But we know damn well he did it. Hell, he lies all the time. I don't even know why lawyers, man. This is the most control I've ever seen anybody ever have over him. John Kelly tried to keep him, you know, from praising Nazis in Charlottesville, and sure enough, his second time would run out. But whoever got a hold about this porn star, that's why I guess it's got to be him.
Because he's ashamed that he has sex.
Yep.
He's ashamed that he has sex. But he's also proud of it? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, the only one is, well, he's crazy, first off. But the only one that gives a damn about this is him, because I don't want to hear about it, and I'm sure it's all going to come out. Well, his lawyer's interested in that because he's going to be disbarred. They all contradicting each other. I can't keep up with all that legalese. I need to talk to a lawyer friend or something to understand it all. But every time I hear about it, don't none of it make any sense. He said he did it on his own accord. Didn't have nothing to do with Trump. But somebody, you know, had to sign an agreement, write it up. And now it come out yesterday, and got another lawyer that helped him. I guess that lawyer just helped him out of the kindness of their heart. Don't nobody go around giving $130,000 to porn star for no reason. Nobody does that.
I would if I could.
Well, I ain't saying there's anything wrong with it if you did, but I guarantee you don't nobody do it.
I'd love to just send a check to some of my favorites. And just write, thank you, in the memo line.
I wish everybody would give, and I ain't trying to pass no judgment or whatnot, but hopefully you take that money and find another line of business.
Well, that's not very sex positive.
I'd give them all that money, too, if they, you know, and just recommend to them you can find a better way of life. And, you know, that's just,
you can find a better way of life than fucking Donald Trump.
Well, yeah, but don't say it that way.
Melania.
I don't want to hear it that way. But, yeah, this ain't going away. This will be around forever.
She wants to give that money back.
That's what she said, yeah.
So she can talk about it.
Well, she raised the money on the computer already. Somebody said she had $90,000 already. People are paying the legal fees and whatnot. There's people who hate the president so much they're going to give her. I guess there is a reason to give. If you hate the president enough, then by all means, give porn star how much, you know, $130,000. By all means.
So the president has a weird thing about sex.
Yep. I don't want to know what it is. I don't want to hear about it. The more you hear about sex, it makes that stuff seem real. Him over in Russia, going to the bathroom and everything.
Because he's ashamed of what actually happens. He likes to brag about sex, but he's ashamed of it. he tries to pay women. So he's used to paying women. And then, who knows? Maybe he just wanted to see it. The germaphobe thing, did he start that? Where did that come from?
He said it. He said it on TV.
I'm a germaphobe.
Yeah,
I'm a germaphobe.
He said, nobody else
That's
said
a
it.
good story.
Well, yeah. I don't believe a word comes out of his mouth about anything. So
I feel like everything we're going to find out is just what happened.
it's what else is it with Russia, with the Polish lady, with all of it? It's just apparent exactly what it is.
And we just can't believe it because it's so stupid.
Yeah, they're all idiots.
And yet it's happened. We kind of knew it happened. People kind of knew it happened when they voted for him.
It's going to get worse before it gets better, people. You wait and see. What Mueller got a hold of, he gets subpoenaed. He going to get into paperwork now. He getting into money. Mueller, what he subpoenaed, getting into the
Trump
organization. Yeah, going to find out some things about money. Somebody said, and I don't know if it's true, but when sanctions were going on with Russia, when it was happening, they had, when you have sanctions against somebody, this is back whenever, I don't know, whatever president had sanctions against Russia, which a lot of them did, but he was trying to get this building of his built over there in Russia, so he was moving money around, and if you give money you got a sanction against a country, and you're moving money back and forth, and that's illegal right there. You can't do that. Somebody says that's what Mueller looking into. I don't have a clue. I ain't heard from a man. I'll listen to Mueller when he decides to say something. But when he does, I bet it's going to be a lot. And it's probably everything we thought, like you said.
Got rid of Rex Tillerson, like they said he was going to do for a long time. He finally did it.
Yep, did it on a computer, right? Twice.
Supposedly he found out on Twitter. The White House denies that.
Yep. Well, they deny a lot of things.
I think the official story, they do. The official story is that they wanted to get, or this was in Politico, wanted to get his new team in before the North Korea talks.
Oh, hell.
So that's good. Just bring the new people in. Rex Tillerson, what did he do this whole time?
Hell, I don't know. Call him a bad word moron. I remember that. Everybody heard that. I thought he was going to get fired after that.
I mean, it's still after that, so.
Well, yeah, he did. Yeah, he eventually did. Well, no, what he did, I tell you what he did right now is what he did. He said, we ain't going to stand for Russia killing spies over there in England. We ain't going to stand for it. Next day, fired.
We are going to stand for it. I mean, we kicked out some Russian, what do we do? We kicked out some Russians who were like some Russian spies,
Something
some
like
Russian
that,
diplomats.
Yeah.
Like nobody important. Well, Nikki Haley give a speech.
She gave a speech. He's doing some sort of sanctions, but I think he's doing it on individuals over there and not the country itself. I don't know how all that works. I need to look into it. But he's doing some sanctions this morning. There ain't nothing more useless than a speech at the UN, so we thank you for that, Nikki Haley. But he himself, even when he said, well, we're looking in this Russia or whoever else did it, he's never not said whoever else it could have been. Everybody knows who it is. He ain't going to say nothing bad about Putin, I'm telling you right now. They got something on him, I don't know, probably exactly what we think it is. It probably will come out. They got him on tape. Lady going to the bathroom everywhere. It ain't going to be, oh my God, I can't believe that's real. It ain't going to be like that. It'll be like, oh yeah.
He also wants to start Space Force.
What is it?
Like an Air Force, but Space Force.
What?
He wants to Army in space.
Are you Buck Rogers or something? You don't Army in space.
He said we're gonna get an army up there.
Well,
he's the guy that the astronauts are like ignoring.
I hope so.
Like Buck, we got the president on the phone. Turn that phone off, Ian.
trying to do science and get stuff done here. They ain't got time for that.
We're
Where you
fighting
gonna-
aliens.
Gonna send the armed forces have to do a parade up in space.
Oh, a space parade. That'd be cool.
Should have just said that. Wouldn't have been any. Oh yeah, okay.
He lied to Justin Trudeau. He
He lied. First off, I saw this in the news. He lies to everybody. Just make that clear. Just say he lied again. Don't matter who it is. Well, it does matter who it is when it's allies of ours. Yes, it does.
We're saying he lied. I think he'd say he was bluffing.
For what purpose, though? For what reason? No, Canada takes a lot more from us than we take from them. End of story.
You know, you get in a situation where maybe you don't have all the facts like the president does every day, or me half the time when I'm doing this news, and you just sort of, bulldoze your way through it. You just hope that what you're saying, a lot of that's true.
Well, yeah.
Who's got time for research? This is something me and Donald Trump agree on. Who's got time for research? I'll bet you he didn't even know who Stormy Daniels was when he met her.
Yeah. Where'd they meet? Where do you think that was?
It was a golf tournament.
Well, that makes sense, yeah.
Where does he meet anybody? Russia or a golf tournament?
Yep.
Or somebody sneaking in the White House when that wife beater's back was turned. He went to California to inspect prototypes of the wall. So let me get this straight. Again, I may not have researched all this, but Jackie, maybe you saw this on damn Shep Smith. When he was walking by all those different, they had just different sections of the wall up for him to walk.
Just sample to see which one he picking
like
out.
Costco.
Yeah, picking out a tile or something or whatever like this one. I want it brighter colors, or I want it there. None of it made any sense. He did say he wanted a window. He went into real exact and detail on how walls without windows, you cannot see through them, and you can't see what's on the other side, and you want to be able to see what's on the other side. So he spent a lot of time on that, explaining that to the people, American citizens.
I missed that part. He flew to Beverly Hills for a fundraiser dinner.
Yep.
Worthwhile trip, I'd say.
Probably ain't good, yeah.
Space Force, Trump org, inspect the wall, Justin Trudeau. Won't say the Russians did anything. I'm just going down the list.
Yeah.
Kudlow, that's a new finance guy.
He's on TV, right? Just another TV person.
One of them TV finance guys. Not the guy with the shirt sleeves rolled up,
No.
bald-headed.
No, it's a different one. But, yeah, it's what we need is more people from TV in the White House. I think that's just going to help it. We got, the president's TV person. How are we going to make this better? Let's keep throwing more and more TV people in there and get this ship running straight, I guess.
Let's see. Facebook kicked off a right-wing group called Britain First. They called a hate group that Donald Trump has retweeted several times.
Yeah.
I'm just reading things.
Yeah.
Now, this is the part where we read things, and the other one grunts. Yep.
Yeah.
Conor Lamb was the Democrat who won in Pennsylvania in a section that voted heavy for Trump.
20 points, something like that ahead. Yeah, they were, yeah.
So Democrats are saying, look out, and Republicans are saying, no, he's pretty much a Republican.
Well, he ain't Republican enough where he going to vote with you. I tell you that right
Seems
now.
like that's the important part.
That regardless of what people, he ain't gonna vote.
Plus, if you're saying that a Democrat who personally is against abortion and is in favor of like more, but not like a lot more gun control. I mean, well, what is the part about him that he's pro-union? He's for health care. He's like, it's like the smallest little bits. He's not going to vote for any of that stuff. Like if that's plus
he ain't helping you out on none of that. No,
that ain't the
Republican.
Republican Party anymore anyway. The Republican Party is Trump now.
Yep. Ruined
Whatever that is.
That's why it's independence now, because I was Republican for years and years, and I don't make any sense to me, even people who have any sense, and I guess no Republicans have any sense anymore, because nobody stand up to them. Well, they do have sense. I'd say about 40-something of them, because they're all resigning. They just ain't going to run because they know they're going to get their butt whipped. So they're like, I had enough of this. Plus, they're trying to work under Trump. You could have distanced yourself from it. How much more proof do you need between Roy Moore and this? They're going to wipe you out. Because none of you said anything or did anything except Flake, but who listens to him? Corker for a little bit there was, doing something. He shut up real quick. He's gone.
Hey, here's a on my phone. Trump plans to remove McMaster as national security advisor, officials say, and yet another jolt to administration's top echelon.
Yep.
Echelon.
What is it?
Top echelon.
Echelons.
Yeah, it seems overly fancy for this. Is that even an echelon anymore?
What is it?
Echelon.
Echelon.
This is from that was a Washington Post headline.
Well, there you go. I don't understand half of you.
So McMaster's going to be gone. He's the one whose head looks too small for his shirt collar, right?
I guess he looked like a wrestler or something. Head, real big, bald head.
He's going to be gone. Who are they going to replace him with?
Hell, I don't know. Who's the Bolt? What's it, Bolt? Crazy man? Mustache?
Bolton,
that's it, yeah.
Yeah, that would be worse.
That's it. Well, that's it. Wait and see. You wait and see. And then Kelly going to be gone. That's going to be, who's going to replace Kelly with? That's the one. You need to worry about all of it. But that right there, he's just going to surround himself with more TV people and crazy people. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And Republican Party, people going to remember this, see? They're going to remember when I vote Republican, they do something like this to me. Or some people think I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have voted for him, and now I know what it is. I ain't ever going to vote this way again. And it's over with. It's done.
And you ain't got anywhere to go after you go into the Trump administration either. Bannon had to go to France.
Yep.
He talked to the far-right group in France. They let them call you racist.
Yeah, wear it as a badge of honor. I'm proud of the fact that everybody calls me a racist. That's, we need to make that word a good word, not a bad one.
I'd hide the fact that I was French.
Oh, yeah. Nothing worse than a French racist.
He doesn't fit in Europe, I'm just going to say.
Where does he fit? Where does he look at home at?
Like in the back of a food line, like a manager. Like the store's closed and he manages the food line, and like a delivery truck was supposed to be there an hour ago, and he's in trouble with his ex-wife because he didn't pick Jordan up from the ball game.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's starting to rain, so he puts on his army jacket, even though it's against uniform code at the food line. Uniform code, you know how strict that is.
Yeah.
He was never in the Army, but it was his grandfather's, and it means a lot to him.
Grandfather's in the Army, yeah.
Yeah, his grandfather, he never would have made it.
No, hell, dude, no, he wouldn't have him in there.
just started smoking again. Takes a drag off that Camel. Wondering where it all went wrong.
Well, there'll be a lot of Republicans smoking on cigarettes here come November, I think, again. Of course, a lot of them smoke already, but, you know.
So Bannon went to France. Students walked out of school for gun control.
Well, they only did it for a few minutes, or 17 minutes. They didn't do it. I thought they was good at children that you making a point, but you ain't playing hooky and run around getting in trouble. About 17, granted, some children, 17 minutes is enough time to get in some trouble, but as far as I know, there wasn't no incidents or anything.
I tried to sell some of them some weed, and they wouldn't bite.
Well,
They said, you're probably a narc. I
Well,
said, I need some money.
Don't leave the kids away. You don't need to be around them children, no matter where they're at.
That's what the
What they're
security
doing.
guard said.
Well, good. Glad somebody told you. You ain't got no sense to figure it out yourself. But now, how these kids organize whatever they're doing, I ain't ever seen nothing like, you know, I guess back since the hippie days, but I see these children on TV, they seem clean. They seem like they dressed nice, you know. So, good for them on that. I'll quit listening to you as soon as you quit shaving and you let your hair get down all just you don't comb it and everything else, and you smell bad. I smell like, you know, drugs or whatever, then I don't want to hear your opinion. If you clean cut, look nice, you know, I'll hear you out. I hear your piece. Hey, these children just tired of getting shot. Got to do something. Ain't nobody else going to do anything for them, so I guess they got to do it themselves. It's a shame, really. It's a shame. I'm proud of some of them, a lot of them, I guess. But it's a shame that they had to come to this.
They're closing Toys R Us's.
What are they?
Toys R Us?
What it store?
Yeah, it's a toy store.
Yeah, well, you can order it on computer now. Everybody orders something on computer. Nobody go to a store. Grocery store you got to go to. Some people don't even go to that. I've seen people hit the button on the phone and it'll bring them groceries.
Yeah, going to stores I reckon it's just gonna be a thing of the past. Now you'll stop in for gas and you'll be able to pick up like a can of beanie weenies, like your store. You get something.
Yeah.
Do you even own a store anymore?
Well, I don't technically own it. I'm a spokesman.
Are you screwed out of all your stuff?
I ain't screwed out of nothing. I'm on salary, but I owned a market for years and years, barbecue stand market. Yeah, I own a store.
Toys R Us, it's all the articles about it closing. It's just people feeling nostalgic for when they were kids. It's like Chubby Checker died or something.
Did Chubby Checker die?
Is he alive?
I don't know. Hell, his songs about dancing, all kinds.
Is Chubby Checker dead or alive?
You asking me?
Is Chubby Checker dead or alive? I'm asking my phone, but it ain't
talking in the
responding.
phone. Well,
hold on. No, this is important. Is Chubby Checker dead? Is Chubby Checker dead?
all right.
Is Chubby Checker dead?
Okay.
It ain't doing it, Jackie.
People are paying $1 for you to say that over and over again in the phone.
Is Chubby Checker dead?
No.
Is Chubby Checker dead?
You have to start taking responsibility for what you say on here. People giving us money now, so, you know.
I ain't gonna type it. Them days are gone.
I don't even know how to type anything
hey,
on
Siri,
the phone.
Is Chubby Checker dead?
All right, enough. The phone don't know.
Is Chubby Checker dead?
Enough. Stop it.
Is Chubby Checker dead?
If he is, God rest his soul, move on. If it's not, I'm glad you're still with us. He did a lot of dancing songs. He's twisted all different ways.
Hey Siri, is Chubby Checker dead?
Just
Is Chubby Checker
if
dead?
the phone is broke, it's broke. Quit asking it over and over. Don't ask a phone over and over again. Chubby Checker dead. Chubby Checker dead.
Well,
Nobody will hear it.
It's unfortunate that we'll never find out. I want to thank everybody that give us money. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Hell,
Trump,
I don't
lawyers, Tillerson,
I guess. I don't know. It's all
Russians
awful.
killing people with
Well,
nerve gas.
Yeah, well,
But Trump won't believe it.
no.
I wonder why. It can't be that they threatened his family because he doesn't care about anybody.
It's him.
Maybe Ivanka. Maybe. He's embarrassed, but he got off on watching a prostitute pee on a bed, and that embarrasses him, and he can't let that get out.
Yeah.
Oh, God, the worst thing in the world, this is like a Black Mirror, is like all of a sudden all the TVs come on, and we just have to watch. Every screen you own is just showing Donald Trump's bare ass fucking somebody.
No, watch your mouth.
And we have to watch every filmed sexual encounter Donald Trump has had, which is probably hundreds since the Russians got involved.
No.
If he's had sex hundreds of times, let's be honest.
No, just I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to see it.
Not young Donald Trump either. Old ass Donald Trump.
Turn it off. I'll turn every screen off. I won't have nothing on then. It's probably what it should be anyway. I don't want to see it.
Is Chubby Checker dead?
All right.
Chubby Checker is not dead.
Fuck yeah.
Well, that's good
Chubby
to hear. Don't say
Checker.
it like that. Just say, thank goodness. Don't say
Thank
that.
goodness. Chubby Checker.
I'm glad he still lives.
I
with
thought we was going to have to get off here and not know whether he was dead or not.
Somebody told me one time, I don't think it's true, but did he do a twist song for every state? Like, was there,
Like a Tennessee twist?
Tennessee twist, Kansas twist? Somebody said it did a twist song for every state had its own
Play
twist.
Arkansas twist.
I couldn't find Arkansas twist in your music.
Well, I guess not.
I guess that's not true. That's a falsehood. Fake news.
Well, he's still alive. You get to it and get all 50 of them.
Maybe that's what he's working on.
I hope so.
It may be why we ain't heard from him.
Yeah.
He did that song with the Fat Boys.
Who?
Now's the time that we both have to go. Our podcast come out really great, we know. Our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, 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 goodbye.
How old is Chubby Checker?
Hold on.
He's got to be up there in age, isn't he? But if he's still alive.
How old is Chubby Checker?
Let me check on that. Chubby Checker is 76.
That's 76. That's not.
That ain't even that old.
That's the age old Stephen Hawkins that died. Did you see?
Oh,
Stephen
right. He
was
passed away.
76 years old. Told the man he wouldn't live. When he got diagnosed at his 20, I said he wouldn't live 5 more years, something like that. 10 years, made it to 76. God rest his soul.
Well, yeah. He said God wasn't real.
Well, he said that, but I tell you what, when he gets up in heaven, and I think, God's a forgiving short. That's, what I believe. And when he gets up there, he'll have a little explaining to do before they open up pearly gates to him. I think that's for sure, and he probably deserves that. Jesus will have a few questions, and like, well, is that? I remember you saying this too, because Jesus knows everything he said.
Wait, so you're saying I'm going to get up there and Jesus is going to be like, well, what about this time?
You didn't contribute anything to society.
That's
He don't
true.
waste time with you.
That's true.
Stephen Hawking's come up with smart things and said a bunch of things, and everybody, helped teach people, make people smart. He did some things, but he also, while he was doing that, said there wasn't no God, wasn't this. So like I said, Jesus is going to have a word or two with him. I have great confidence he's going to let him in because he's other reasons too, but he'll let him on in there. But he'll have a word or two with him. He definitely going to say a few things for those gates swing wide for him.
I'll bet Stephen Hawking, though, being a scientist, he's prepared for every eventuality, and he's got a remark or two just in case there is a heaven and Jesus calls him on it. He's probably like,
he ain't gonna talk back to Jesus. Is that what you're saying?
No, like a wry remark, like an offhand, like he'd probably be like, well, let me check my computations.
What? Computations? What is that?
Well, my math may have been a little off.
Well, yeah.
Something like, and the
something
angels
like
laugh.
That'd be funny. Then they would laugh like, well,
I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, well, for him, it's funny. When he's funny, he's trying to...
Angels laugh, and Jesus says, okay, come on in here.
Yeah.
Although, if the fact is, though, that by a very smart, inspirational scientist saying that there is no God probably caused a lot of other people to not believe in God. So Jesus might actually not be that forgiving and could possibly, if there is a Jesus and a heaven, and Stephen Hawking would even get that far after publicly denying the existence of Jesus, Jesus might make a big show out of just sending him straight to hell.
No. He don't send people in a wheelchair to hell. He just don't do it. Jesus don't do that.
You're thinking of the Rainbow Bridge.
What is it?
The Rainbow Bridge. Pets are not pets, they're people. They have agency. If somebody in a wheelchair says there ain't no God, they ain't going to get it up to heaven. God's going to say, well, you didn't know no better. Get on in here.
Well,
they're going to say, well, you're a person, a grown-ass man or woman, and you said there ain't no God. How about you go down there and have fun with your buddy the devil?
Well, it was more than just being in the wheelchair. There's plenty of people in the wheelchair that ain't as bad as he was. He was real bad in that wheelchair. So, no, they're going to let him into heaven. I'm pretty much guaranteed.
It ain't about works and suffering. It's you got to go. Listen, don't make me get Billy Graham on. You got to say, I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. You can't say, I don't believe in Jesus and I'm in a wheelchair and real smart, and then get up there and Jesus like, come on in here.
No.
People sure did like you and you was on The Simpsons. Jesus going to say, no, get your ass to hell, you son of a bitch.
Hey, he ain't going to call Stephen Hawking's head. He ain't going to do that. He's going to sit there, give him a little hard time. Yes, for sure. But I guarantee you Stephen Hawking's eventually going to say, well, here you are in front of me, so I do accept you into my heart, and please forgive me, Lord.
Yeah,
and
you
Jesus
can't do that when you're dead. You can push it, hospital bed, you can push it, the man comes in, the priest about to pull the covers up over your head, you can say, I believe in Jesus. Like, well, you was a serial child molester, but I guess you're getting in on technicality. Then you go to heaven. If you're Stephen Hawking, sick in a wheelchair, brilliant scientist, don't matter. No. You never said it. If Stephen Hawking on his deathbed was like, I was wrong, then yes, he could get in. But if he didn't say that, guess what? Hell for Stephen Hawking.
Well, I think there's a few special exceptions to the rule in cases like Stephen Hawking's, I think. But we won't know till we get up there ourselves, I guess.
I'm probably not going to make it.
Well, no, I know you
But
ain't.
maybe he'll remember this hellfire and brimstone sermon I just give. That'll get me in on technicality.
Huh?
Maybe Jesus will be like, hey, when you was on that podcast and you was like, Stephen Hawking's probably going to hell.
I know Jesus and God can hear everything that they want in the world. They can hear your prayers. But I guarantee you, and I'm thankful for it, they don't listen to this.